morning, everybody. It's 10:40 in the morning on a Sunday, so Michael and I slept in as we always do on the weekends. I know so many people who work during the weekend have to wake up early and their body just adjusts to it. On the weekends they end up waking up early as well without an alarm, but Michael and I are just not those people yet. On the weekends we just sleep in so much because our bodies are so tired. I was talking about him this morning about how I always feel so guilty for sleeping in late on the weekends. Like I feel like I should be up and doing things and getting things done around the apartment, or just like living life and doing fun things instead of just wasting so many hours sleeping in bed. But he was just telling me about how it's so important to recharge your body for the following work week. I'm trying to be gentle with myself.
Say what you want, say what you wanna say, I already know your mind. Take what you want, take a piece of me.
Here is my super casual outfit of the day. We're just going to run some errands, grocery store, get some breakfast, and that's pretty much it for right now. We'll have to clean the apartment later. It's a Sunday. There's just lots to do to prepare for the next week. Yoga pants are from Lululemon. The sweatshirt's Outdoor Voices. I love this color, this orange red. And then I have my Gators hat on because they won last night against Tennessee in football, so I feel like I need to rep them today. My sneakers are Steve Madden. It's moments like this that I'm really not a fan of Boston. So we came to Newberry Street, and a few times we've come here, Newberry Street has been blocked off by the police and you can't go onto it, which is pretty much where all of the parking is. And parking on Sundays on Newberry Street isn't that bad because, well, it's free, so that's good. And if you go early enough in the morning, like, there's just not that many people there. So it's usually not that bad, but today it was blocked off and Mother Deuce is on Newberry Street, so I cannot get to it. So I had to drop Michael off, like, on a different street to walk there. Now I'm just driving around waiting for him to go run in and get it so he can pick it up, but then like I can't eat a smoothie bowl while driving. The Trader Joe's here, like, we're never gonna find parking for it now since Newberry Street shut down, so we're gonna have to drive all the way out to Alston, which is 20-ish minutes away, and they have a parking garage, but they validated it so it's free, so that's good. This is one thing about city living that I don't like, is just that some things are so inconvenient. And we could have walked to Newberry Street, but it's like a 30-minute walk, and who wants to walk 30 minutes to get their breakfast? Like, I'm hungry, I want it now. This is not exactly what I had in mind for my relaxing Sunday morning breakfast.
It's like markets going on all over the city.
I'm just not a city girl, unfortunately. From Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, and I'm gonna do a little grocery haul, not of everything that we got because we got a lot of stuff and most of it's kind of boring, just basic things that we eat all the time, but thought it'd be fun to show you guys fun seasonal things and also ways that I think of meals throughout the week. So most of the stuff's from Trader Joe's. We got some of these sub buns and these meatless meatballs. We have been really into making meatball subs. Michael really likes them. And then we get the Rouse marinara from Whole Foods because honestly it's the best marinara. It's really expensive, but it's worth it. After I had this one, I really can't eat other marinaras. They're just not as good. So we have this big meatball subs, and we already had some vegan mozzarella, so that's a really great meal. And then for dinner tonight, we got stuff to make stir fry. So we have some broccoli and some bok choy, and we already have in the fridge some tofu, brown rice, and we have teriyaki sauce, so we can make a really good stir fry for dinner. For breakfast, you guys know I love bagels, so I just got these everything bagels. These are from Whole Foods. They're the best. I have tried to get the Trader Joe's everything bagels to save some money because everything at Trader Joe's is just cheaper, but they weren't good. And these ones are so amazing. They taste like a fresh bagel that you would get on a Saturday morning. So I love these bagels from Whole Foods. We always stock up on a big bag of raw cashews because we always make cashew cream. You basically just mix raw cashews that you've soaked with equal parts water, and then put some spices in there, salt, pepper, garlic powder, nutritional yeast. It makes this creamy cashew sauce, kind of tastes like Alfredo, and it's so good on everything. We put it on pasta, meatball subs, You can use it in quesadillas, on pizza, on everything. So we just always have this around. It's just a staple in our house. Then another meal, we have this vegan broccoli cheddar soup that we love making. The recipe is from Radiate Food Vibes. It's delicious. Of course, the baguette, because you can't make broccoli cheddar soup and not have a baguette with it. Shredded carrots, broccoli, celery, and then we already had the rest of the ingredients already. And then as far as easy meals, because a lot of times after work, when I get home, I don't feel like cooking a big meal. I'm really tired. I just want something really quick that I can throw in the microwave or on the stovetop really easily, because when I get home from work, I'm usually starving and I just don't have the patience to cook some extravagant meal. This Trader Joe's vegetable fried rice is delicious. I also put their island soyaki sauce on top of this. Then for work lunches, I usually try and bring leftovers because I feel like I can get a really good meal that way. It's very filling and has a lot of good nutrients in it. But if I have no leftovers to bring to work that day, my go-to are the Amy's bean and rice burritos. These are so good. Non-dairy pumpkin oat beverage. I think my coffee tastes a lot better with majority oat milk and then a little bit of some sort of flavored creamer. And I usually just get like a vanilla one or something like that. But I decided to try this because everyone's been talking about their pumpkin spice lattes and whatnot from Starbucks, and I can't drink any of that because the pumpkin things from Starbucks have milk in them and I'm vegan. So I was intrigued by this because maybe I could have a pumpkin flavored coffee at home and it's made with oat milk. Thought that'd be really good. And then I got some pumpkin cinnamon rolls, and currently my camera is sitting on top of the regular cinnamon rolls from Trader Joe's. So I got those as well, but these are just accidentally vegan. There's a lot of work around the apartment to be done. Our laundry is overflowing. A lot of my plants need water. They're looking quite dehydrated, and the kitchen, the bathroom, all just needs a good clean. Everything needs to be wiped down like we do every single Sunday. So I thought we would do a little cleaning montage here.
Saw you in the park on Wednesday. You were dressed for sunshine. I asked how you doing today. You said you feel fine. When I look up to the sky, I think, should I even try? Will you stay or will you go? Guess I'll know tomorrow. Saw you in the street on Thursday. Raised up.
So I've recently gotten a few new plants, despite the fact that I said I was not going to get any new plants for a while. But I feel very happy with the number of plants that I currently have, and the apartment feels very lively and I love it. My plants definitely need to be taken care of. A lot of them need water, and I thought while I do that, why not just show you guys the plants that I have and how I know what they need, if they need water, or if they're happy or not. And I definitely don't consider myself a pro, and I don't know 100% of what I'm doing, but I haven't killed any yet. So I'm doing at least some small things right. This is one of the first plants that I got back in Gainesville at a store called Plant Stay. So this one, I just feel the soil and see if it's moist or dry, and if it's dry, I'll just water it, and it's dry, so that one needs to be watered. It's fairly happy here. It does have this leaf that doesn't look super thrilled, but other than that, it looks like it's good. And this plant actually had one stem that broke off, and I have been propagating it, and that's just on my bedside table. And this one's doing really well. It's had a lot of new growth since just sitting in the water. I literally just have it in a mason jar and I keep the water filled, and it has tons of roots. This one is also new. I got this one in a place in Boston. I'm blanking on the name right now. This one does need water. I just look on this plant and just see if the leaves are starting to sag or if they're fluffy. They are starting to hang a little bit more, and they're usually like upright and super fluffy. So this one is also newer. I got this at the same South Boston plant store. This one I honestly don't feel 100% sure of how to take care of it well, but I was told that you just have to let it dry out completely before you water it again, and just don't overwater it. And the soil feels pretty dry, so maybe I will go ahead and water it. This is also from Plant Stay in Gainesville. It's a fiddle leaf fig, which are more difficult to take care of, and the leaves kind of do sag, and I wish they would all sit more upright. It's just not in the cards. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I have to like spray the leaves more. I feel like I've heard that's something that's good for them. But with this one, also important not to overwater it, I hear. So let the soil completely dry out, and then I will water it when that occurs. And the soil is dry, so I will water this one as well. This one also has a little new growth there, so I'm really excited about that. This one is also from Plant Stay in Gainesville. It's one of my favorites because I just love this cow print pot that I got at Plant Stay. I think it's beautiful. This one just does not die. It is super easy to take care of, and if you are very uncomfortable with plants, I would start with this one. I probably will go ahead and water this one as well. It feels a little bit dry in the soil. This one is super easy to take care of because the plant just tells you what it needs. When the leaves start to sag, and I mean they will sag a lot, that's how you know it needs water, and then you water it and the leaves perk up almost immediately. So this one I'm not going to go ahead and water it just yet because they're not completely all the way down. They are starting to get this weird browning though, and I have no idea what that is. I have not had that before with this plant, so I don't know if the lighting is off or something like that. These are my two new ones that I really wanted to tell you guys about because I got them from IKEA actually, which is crazy. So this big boy was $20 at IKEA, which is crazy. That's so cheap for a plant this size, and you can only get the plants from IKEA in person, so you have to actually go to the store, which is kind of unfortunate. If you have an IKEA near you and you want to brave the insane crowds there, they have incredible plants. I do not know how to take care of this, so I'm gonna have to do some research. Also, I got this pretty large snake plant from IKEA. This one was $15, and once again, I don't know how to take care of it. So I'll have to do some research. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to let it dry out a fair bit before watering it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and water the plants that I mentioned, and how I do that, I just put them in the sink and I use the shower head spray feature on the sink, and I just completely soak them until water is running out of the drainage hole in the bottom. It's really important to have a drainage hole in your plant pots because if you don't have one, then they're gonna become overwatered and all the water is gonna sit in the plant and then they don't get to drain it out. So keeping in mind the list of goals that I just made, I have not moved my body for 30 minutes today, I have not been outside for 20 minutes, and I have not read any pages of my book. So I feel like we need to change that right now.
Never does a day go by, always thinking about you.
So we're out here on our little walk through the South End, exploring some places that we haven't been to before and just looking around a little bit. I'm getting my 30 minutes of physical activity and my 20 minutes outside, and I already feel revived. The day is already getting better and I feel like I'm doing things. I'm really enjoying it. And we also planned to go over to the seaport tonight and watch the sunset. Actually gonna go up on the roof for a little bit and read because it's only 5:15 and the sun sets at 6:30, so we have some time. And this is normally when we would just sit on the couch, scroll on TikTok, watch Criminal Minds, but we're gonna do something productive with our time. So I'm gonna try and finish reading The Hating Game. I am on page 319 out of 363. So I'd like to finish this soon because I've been reading it all month and it's taken me so long because I strongly dislike this book. It's probably my least favorite book that I've read so far, which is confusing because so many people love it, but I've almost stopped reading this book 50 times. We are having a very relaxing time sitting on the dock at the seaport watching the sunset, and the city lights are in the background and it's so beautiful. And Michael and I were saying how this is probably going to be our new Payne's Prairie because in Gainesville we would always go and watch the sunset at Payne's Prairie and it was so peaceful, and we haven't found that place yet in Boston, but I think this might be it.